All right, here's our garden corn. Got some noisemakers to keep the birds away. But I got something tearing this down. I'm assuming it's a raccoon. I've had problems with the raccoon with the bird feeders. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to put up a little electric perimeter fence to try to keep these raccoons out. So if you're going to charge electric fence, you got to have a ground rod. So this one I got off of, I think it was Amazon. It's like 22 bucks maybe. So I just happen to have a brass drift. You don't have that, you can get a block of wood or whatever. I got my little masonry sledge here and I just pound it down the ground. So it's 4 foot long. It wasn't too bad. You know, it's pretty smooth, tapered on the end. You just drive it down and then you'll hook your wire here and then run the other end of your wire up to the ground on the electric charger for the fence. So I'll show you what we're going to do next. I got these lockjaws 25 pack and they're for the T-post. So there it is, just snaps around. Little insert for the T if you want to put it on that side. And then this is where the polywire electric fence runs through. So I'll go take you over and show you a look at what I got. I need to trim this grass up, but you can see I got one just a few inches above the ground there, just so nothing can slip under and crawl underneath it. And then a little bit higher, what I'm trying to do is deter the raccoons. I don't really have a problem with deer, so I'm going to have these 3 strands high. I mean, if a deer would come, they could just jump right over that. But I just got noisemakers. My 2 biggest problems I have here are birds and raccoons. So I'm going to go get my poly wire. I'll show you that, and I'll just tie it off and strand it around, make 3 rows high to start. All right, here's what we got. Electric fence, poly wire. I think it's like 650 feet, or a little over, 656. Yellow and black, so I'm gonna go wire this up and I'll show you what I got when I'm done. Okay, I've got the fencing up. You can see I just made some little slip knots hooked on here and then pulled it all the way around the corn. And then when I got to this end, you know, I pulled it pretty snug, cut it here, made another slip knot so I could stretch it and hook it on here, so it's pretty tight. And I got my spacing down like I wanted it, and I made sure everything was trimmed up to not to touch the fence, and the grass is trimmed underneath so it doesn't ground it. So next I got to connect these 3 wires together and hook to the charging station. So I'll show you that part next. All right, next I have this little bag. What came in here was these pieces. Let's see. All right, so until these clip on each one of the fence by a post. They'll connect together by these leads. The 2 short ones go to the top. And when I get to the bottom, this will be the longer one. And it'll run up and it will connect here, okay? So they'll tie the 3 fences together and tie to your power side here of this charging station. And then I'll need to get a wire, crimp it to a little clamp and run this to my grounding rod. And since this is temporary, I'm just going to use little zip ties and put it on my post, maybe put a bag over it just to help keep it dry. And I'll show you what I come up with. Alright, so next to the ground rod on this post, I started linking these polywire fences together. I just tightened this up. This little doohickey was a 5/16 inch of a nut that tightened this on. And it just jumpers it up here and runs it in series. See, it's jumpered there. Comes up to the 3rd fence, jumpered here. And you could tie these together with fencing, but I figured this would be a little better and it was just cleaner and easier. This end will go to the charging unit. I'm just going to put it up here. So let me go hook that up and we'll be right back. All right, so here's what we got. I got the charging station on here. I just zip tied it to this T-post for now. Here's the leads coming off the fence that we linked together. And then I just took a piece of this insulated aluminum wire for the ground and run it all the way down. Stripped it and then just around the back side here with the wire exposed, and then tighten the clamp here to get a good ground. So now the only thing I need to do is plug this in to an extension cord and then test and see if this thing is working. All right, there it is. Got it hooked up, got it plugged in. I can hear this thing charging every once in a while. It just periodically goes in and out. So we got a little, let's see if I can get a voltage test on here. So each one of those pulses is when it's coming through. You got to get on the electric. And I did grab it, and it does put out a pretty good pulse. It'll knock you. So there it is. It's working. All 3 lines. Good to go. All right, guys. Hope that helped. Like I said, I'll have everything linked in the description below, so you can get it all hooked in for about $100. Peace out.